you want. Evening all. Um, as usual, can we check that the mic is working, somebody? Because it looks like it is on my board, but I need you guys to tell me first, please, please. I hope you're coping with this heat. Hope your plants are. uh, Thank you, Jenny. Thank you. Well, I went into London this week. Thank you, Denise. To be with my daughter Sarah, her hubby Gus, and our little grandson Lenny. And of course, the day that I went in was historically one of the hottest days in Britain for quite some time. But Tim, you says it's not clear. Yvonne says you can hear me. Am I clear? Yes, I know, Richard. We have very hot, long days. I worked in the Cancer Healing Center today. We did have a small fan, so that helped. And it wasn't as hot as it was last week. Goodness, sleeping was a real challenge for me. But what I wanted to say, hang on, yes. Sam says it's clear. Julie says coming in great in the Great Lakes state. Yep. And Stefan says, yep, all is working, but screen has just frozen. Oh my goodness. Is it okay now, Stefan? Has the screen come back? I'm just gonna. Yep, all is working now. Okay. I'm moving in yours. It must be some sort of vibration. Hi, Sam. Thank you for coming. Anyway, as I was saying, on the hottest day, I went into London. And I'm really grateful that Southern Railway has very cold air conditioning. So much so that I had to put my jacket on. Well, Denise, another challenge. Yeah, normally in the evening people cut their hedges because it's cooler. So what I wanted to share with you is that it was quite an experience. I hadn't been in London probably before COVID, so I haven't really been out and about with lots of people, particularly people that are working with the aspect of being very hot. So they were a little bit grumpy. But whenever I get into large crowds, it's being an empath, and one can feel their emotions and things, is how not to absorb it. And lately, I've been inspired to contemplate what is the true strength of who I am. And therefore, my presence hopefully brings an invisible peace. Well, I must say, I think it was working. Because I had a little pull along with me, and at every platform that I had to get onto, there's this big distance. A lot of you probably know what I'm talking about. And it's like, I had sat there during the journey, observing people smiling at the uniqueness of every person that I saw, and my uniqueness amongst the crowd. So as I went to pick up my suitcase, to then almost fling it across that gateway, that bit, so I didn't fall down, a man just came straight by as he's walking out, picks up my suitcase and takes it off, drops it on the platform, and I'm looking up at him like, wow, thank you, you know. And he just looked at me with this really kind face, and I just bowed to him and tried to find the way out after that. But that was really special. It stayed with me for some time, you know, because we have this silent language. We emanate light all the time. We emanate our frequency, how we think, what we don't say, what we do say. It's all there. And we, every time we go anywhere, as a human being, we're sourcing. You're feeling, whether you're aware of it or not, you're feeling if it's a safe environment, how do you work within it. And I was using it as an experience of not absorbing, just being, hopefully, the best that I can be as a human being from my heart. And that's what I wanted to talk about. Yeah, Jenny, thank you. Burpee saying that the stream on her laptop on her phone is better because it keeps freezing on the PC. Is everyone else having that experience as well? So the one thing that I have over the years really believe in, that all hearts are pure. I really believe that we were born with that. And it probably is a big challenge for lots of people. No problem, Verbi. It's quite all right. And it's so how in what I noticed is that people go around judging. The first thing they'll go is they'll be, oh, that person, I don't like what he's wearing, I don't like the mobile phone, I don't like how he walks, how she walks, and you do it to yourself. And that's something that we need to transform, because the beauty that you are comes through your thoughts and your wonderful beingness. And I want everyone to shine. I wonder why. But so Jenny, you went in. You're going to London on Monday, and you're a bit apprehensive, I have to admit. Well, I suggest you. Do you have a crystal or what do I look at? Rose quartz, or even amethyst might be better, and put that in your pocket and hold it, play with it while you're in London, because the amethyst will bring strength and protection, and then the rose quartz will calm your heart, and quartz itself is the all-around crystal, in my understanding. So does anyone want to share anything that you did this week? Actually, it's been 2 weeks, hasn't it, since we were together, because I didn't go live last week. bit difficult when you're reading a story to a 6-year-old. Julie says, trying your best to be our very best is contagious. It inspires others to be their best, and so on and on and on. Raise the vibration. Well, you don't necessarily have to intentionally I'm raising my vibration, though it does help to begin with if you feel your vibration is a bit down. But if you work on it every day, eventually it just is your nature, because, as I said, we're emanating an energy all the time. So if you're working on the beauty of who you are, then wherever you go, your radiance, your natural frequency will be that. If you get a few jitterbugs in your tummy, then yes, have a mantra that you come back to that brings peace while you're out there. I always use the mental color therapy equilateral sign of light with a circle of light around me before I go out into the big wide world. Stephan, I absolutely adored what you share about your fox kingdom, and I've had several experiences. Once in Belgium, when we were walking through a park, a friend of mine, that the birds were following us. And then we went again to Lindos in the late autumn when the tourists weren't really around. And all the cats started, you had to walk down this steep path to get to the beach and then walk out onto the rocks. And all these cats followed us and followed us all the way out to the end. It was an amazing gift to be one with the animal kingdom. The thing we don't realize is that we are all the time. So you're experiencing the gift of that consciously. Yeah. You're an animal whisperer. If anyone hasn't seen Stephan's friendly fox and little ones, go on his website, his Facebook page, pardon me, and also his lovely art. Stephan, I was thinking that once I get my new Gingerland, I want to start doing more landscapes. So can I come and visit one day and sit where you paint your landscapes? I'd like to do that. Not yet, because I haven't found my Gingerland yet. Though my Gingerland's always inside me, which I'm grateful for, to have discovered that. And you have your own special place inside you, which I think we should do our visualization meditation, our journey tonight to our own special place of peace. So Julie says that one of her favorite photos of me and Matthew is on the beach path in Lindos. Wow, you'll have to send it to me. See which one you're talking about. Yeah, we've spent a lot of time there. I think, that's almost like their second home. And thank you, Stephan. And Lindos, is the people there, they say that we grow old together, which I like very much, because we have. We've been going there for 40, maybe 50 years. And it is the kids' second home, that's for sure. Because I think we went there for the whole summer at times. We had Easter there. A lot of other times. Richard, I adore your humor, I have to say, but I hear what you say, and I will be very grateful to have your help, or anyone else's who could help me. And you're right, we have to wait till it gets a bit cooler. And more than likely, it's not going to happen until the end of August and September to begin with. So thank you. Well, Julie, what do you mean, yes, please? So, does anyone else have some extra ideas about how we can rejoice in our differences, no matter the color, the gender, the type of person, the culture? Anybody want to volunteer some information of their feelings on that topic? Because I think with the global situation, we're sort of on a big hint of how we have to rejoice in our differences in order to have peace. And it's certainly a challenge. Thank you, Richard. I really appreciate it that you'll give me a helping hand. Don't think there's going to be a place for awakening yet. I have to look for some places where she can be. Hi, Armenia. Oh, I see. I understand, Julie. Angela, what do you mean by we need to do this together? I think we have to find that place in ourselves and feel secure about it. Because when you actually touch your soul realm, differences sort of dissolve away in this eternal energy of love and universality. And it's I look forward to the day when that happens. I experience it with you guys. Yay! Thank you. I have several of them. This is the latest one behind me. It was a commission. I don't know how long he's going to be with me, but it was quite an experience of making him. It's so true, Julie. It is amazing how unique each one of us is. And how can we make a judgment? We've been programmed to judge, is my feeling. And you judge yourself, and you just... Unity and diversity is very difficult to have. Angela, I think being unified with the love energy, love itself on a universal level is the unifying force anyway. Everything is held on the planet through the love energy, and our hearts love it. Angela says, never judge, only love. So how do you think we can do that? How can we stop judging? How can we love who we are, even our limitations, and in another person? That's been one of my questions to myself. I find the getting older phase quite a challenge, to be honest. It's it's really weird, and it's. Thank you, Angela. What I find about going into the eldership phase, it's like I'm being called to be more simple. I'm actually withdrawing from needing very much within the material world. And apart from my mobile phone and doing the lives and my Patreon, which, by the way, if you haven't joined, please do. It's every month we put up a newsletter, and then last year every month you would have a audio art lesson, as well as every month there's a meditation. So if you do decide to join Patreon, start from last year, because there's a process that I take you through to discover who you are. And then this year is how do you take that further as this more whole person into your daily living. It's £5 a month. It helps me financially, which has been an interesting experience. So I would love you to help make that a win-win for me and for yourself. So Julie's saying, focus on ourselves and our own little worlds first. Self-care, self-love. You're quite right. Thank you. And I think we've come to the halfway mark, and we can go into our meditation visualization if you like. Yay, thank you. Julie, you're part of my Patreon. So is Denise, I think. But I'm not sure of all the names. But I'll be happy if more of you come and share it with us together. It goes deeper than the lies, yet gentle. So I'm going to put up an image this week that I adore, and the colors, and we can move into the meditation part of this live. So please, yeah, Denise, that's what I thought, you were on it. And I'm late again this month. In the next few days I'll put up the next one. I think the heat and everything is slowing me up, but it's quite a nice meditation, this month. Anyway, here comes the new image. I love the colors. So if everyone were to find a quiet place, and we're going to stop texting for the moment. Richard, let me answer that question after the meditation, okay? So everyone, as I said, find a quiet place or a position to sit in or lie in where you can relax. And for a while, keep your eyes open and focus on the colors that are before you. The golds and the peach color and pale pinks, a little bit of green, and the symbol of the lotus. Take that into your being. It's a flower that transcends the darkness of the mud, reaching for the light. Allow that color to come into your being gently and relax within the quality of the image, of the flower, of the colors. And once you've done that for a small amount of time, take the color inside and close your eyes and find the light within. And place it in your heart, keeping your eyes closed. And pay attention to your breathing. Breathing in, hold it, and release. Breathing in, hold it, and release. Breathing in, hold it, and release. Keeping your eyes closed, return to your normal breathing. And imagine you're walking down the most beautiful fields of wildflowers with the sun on your back, and see the world tree before you in the distance. And be calm. As you're walking through the flowers, you get closer and closer to the tree. And the tree is calling you. Come to me. Be with me. I love you. And you get closer and closer, and you feel the love from the tree blessing you and coming within. And you finally reach the tree and place your arms around its trunk. And at that point you begin to merge as one with the tree. And you're inside. And if you look up, you can see the light of heaven coming down through the leaves, down the branches to where you are. And below you, you sense the water from clear spring below, coming up and meeting the light. And refreshing your body. And as we're on a journey to find your peace garden, visualize you starting to go down the largest root of the tree, past the soil, past the rocks, going down and down and down to where we meet the crystal river, the most wonderful crystal water. And you float there for a while, allowing the sun above and the water on your back refreshing you, restoring you. In fact, you are renewed. And you slowly float down in the river, and you come to a beach. And in your time, slowly walk out of the stream onto the crystalline pebbles before you that are sparkling with the light of the sun. And you come to another valley of flowers and another tree. But this tree is your tree. So imagine your tree. What shape is it? What size is it? What type of leaf and maybe flowers? And as you come closer and closer to it, you feel the shade and sit down with your back against the tree and feel the peace. This tree is your tree. It is always there for you to take comfort. Now imagine there are little pieces of wood to your side and a paintbrush and some ink. So take a moment to be with yourself with your eyes closed and dream. Dream of what you wish at this point in your life. What do you wish for? And if you want to write more than one wish, one dream, that's okay. You can even do 3 if you want. It will take a few minutes to be still while you dream. And when you're ready, there's a bit of string to your side, pieces that you can hang your dreams on this tree. And you might find it really wonderful that on another day you come to this special tree, your tree, and hang some more. So once you've hung your dreams, you have to return. So let's walk slowly through the valley of flowers, the valley of peace, the valley of love. And we turn back to the crystal water. Become one with the flow, but this time the flow is taking you back to the root. And the river will take you gently back up the root through Mother Earth, past the rocks and the topsoil, and you return to the mother tree, the tree of the world. Once again, feel the light coming from above through the leaves and warming you. And know that you are so clear from being in the crystal water. And you'll slowly re-emerge into the first field of flowers. And you're walking. In fact, you might even be dancing, feeling the breeze with you and your hair flowing. And maybe your dress is flowing, or your shirt. And feel the smile in your heart as you dance through the field of flowers. With your arms spread wide. And feel grateful for such beauty. Life is just so beautiful. It's always there. In the flowers, in the rain, with the birds and the fish and all the wonderful animals. And feel the unity of humanity's magnificence. We are here as caretakers, as revealers of beauty, of love, of happiness, and care. And in your time, come back to the room you're in and feel your fingers wiggling and your toes, and in your time, open your eyes and come back to the stream when you're ready. think Facebook puts this up for a month. Thank you, everyone. And I will be putting it on YouTube because I have a channel where years of our Facebook lives you can find there. And I love doing this. I'm very grateful that we can do this together and hold a particular vision of learning the beauty that we are. I can feel your friendship and your hearts. So thank you. And it's time for my dinner. Oh, I have to say I'm hungry. So I just want to remind you about the life wave patches that you might be interested in. And if you want to share them with people, you can. They support you really well as a person that helps spread the word of health, true health. So there are lots of testimonials. I recently have a friend that you might be familiar with, Todd Box. He had diabetes, still has it in a way. But within 2 weeks of being on X39, he's getting the feeling back in his feet and hands, and he can go on a long run again. Because I think he also had COVID on top of his other disharmonies. So I'm really happy for him. He took the leap. Richard, I think it might be yours, but one never knows how your telepathy is growing. I can't smell anything because I have to cook it. I think you're just so wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Jenny. I'm very grateful for you as well. You make me smile and feel really at peace. So thank you. So the hot weather is much cooler in my bedroom now. Having bathed in the crystal water. Anyway, I think I have to let go. Have a wonderful week, everyone. And as I've said before, send me a message if you need to ask me a question or anything like that. I'll just put up a few images now.